Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and I'm inviting you to join my Patreon. Don't know what a Patreon is? It's my official video diary with only exclusive content that you won't see anyplace else. It's easy to join. Just visit patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. Here's what you'll find on my Patreon. A day in my life, whether that's dinner with friends or a typical workday. Live Q&As with members of my Patreon about each episode of the T.S. Madison Experience and what I was really thinking. I'll even bring you on vacation with me. The video will make you think that you were right there. And last but not least, for all of my aspiring writers, I give you firsthand, one-on-one, personalized attention, answering all of your questions about publishing and self-publishing. So what are you waiting for? Join now. Swipe up or visit www.patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. I'll see you soon. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Craig the Writer. Do it now.
One of the best parts of life is when you can admit the truth to yourself about yourself. Cyberspace is a world where one can become something he isn't, but everything he dares to be. I wasn't interested in getting attached to anyone, and I knew I wouldn't take anyone I met online seriously. I had multiple screen names to increase my chances of meeting someone attractive. The majority of the profiles noted HIV negative under status, but I knew better from the work I had done in the HIV community. I knew 1 out of 3 black gay men was positive. The messages I found in my inbox validated me in my depression. In some strange way, they reinforced that I was worthy and deserving. My days consisted of waking up and logging on to see how many messages had accrued overnight. Months passed before I got honest with my therapist about what was happening with me. And before I knew it, I heard myself say, I've been having sex with people I meet online. To listen to more of Words Never Spoken in Memoir, visit audible.com.
I was involved briefly with a married man who believed he had the courage to leave his wife to be with me and to live his truth. This isn't the typical story of a married man promising to leave his wife for a secret lover. Rather, this is a story in part about a gay man who knew he was gay before he got married, but chose to marry a woman because he didn't know how to break free. Rocky and I met on a gay social media site 3 months after I returned to the East Coast to live, and just 11 months after he was married. At the time we met, he was living and working in Dubai as a contractor for the government on a military base, while his wife was stationed in Tallahassee, Florida, where they had a home. In one of the first messages he sent me, Rocky shared that he was married, but that he had regrets. He explained that he had come out to his mother and siblings when he was 18 years old. He sat them.
To listen to more of One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued, visit audible.com.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts, in my voice, on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Now, So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow. So go ahead and hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button. And turn on that little bell so that you get a notification every single time that I go live or I upload something new. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hey girl, hey! What's up? Somebody got a man and forgot all about us.
Bitch, don't do that.
That's that bestie ass Kevin Kev that put that in there.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. My rich mama over here, she got rich and famous and been traveling around the world, honey, forgot about whole polar child.
That ain't got nothing to do
about the polar child.
That ain't got nothing to do with you having a man.
Bitch, and I still call you.
Welcome to here's Lady Stafford. Lady Stafford. I know some of you have not, right, acting funny. So listen, I know some of you are new and you don't know about Keon. You may not have, you may have seen old videos of Keon, but they're talking about Keon knows Greg.
I know Greg.
Keon knows Greg. Keon knows Greg. Look, the gays know each other.
The community only this big.
The community is only, it's not 6 degrees of separation, it's 1. So, like Keon knows Greg. He knows Greg through some other people. But I know some of you don't know Keon, but Keon and I used to do live streams all the time. And we had a Patreon, and we started off at 227.
Long.
But this is Lady Stafford. They're going, oh my God, Keon, we miss you.
What's up?
This is Lady Stafford. I know you guys have been asking about him. How is he doing? I've told you guys that he's fine. He's booed up.
Don't act like that's the reason I ain't been over here, though, Craig.
Is that your stomach growling?
No, girl.
What was that?
Well, I moved.
No, it sound like I heard like a little grumble.
I ain't nothing in there.
You sure? Because I know that man at the house.
Girl, she empty, honey.
Right now.
You may hear her moving a little bit. What's up? Oh my God. I feel like I ain't seen you.
Look, somebody tell me, is he married again? Messy party of 1.
Well, girl, I've been single.
iTurner is always booking ahead.
Well, girl, I've been single for a long time.
No? How long has it been?
Bitch, I've been single since 2022. It's 2025 now.
But wait a minute. When did y'all start dating?
We started dating 2024.
Oh, okay. So you were single for 2 years. You got to do the next. You got to subtract. You got to subtract. He was trying to carry the 1.
No, I carried the 1, bitch, because we ain't make it official until this year.
Yeah, because that man had posted you, and you were giving very much up. Excuse me.
You's a messy girl.
That man had posted Keon on his Instagram. What was that? Valentine's Day?
No, it was Christmas.
It was Christmas. Crummer, as they say in Atlanta. Crummer. That man had posted Keon on his Instagram, and Keon called me and was like, excuse me. He had posted me. I tried to tell him. He had pulled that man back by his collar and said, sir.
Don't do that. No.
We are not there yet.
Because you learn from your mistakes.
That's right.
You learn from your mistakes.
At least you should. Because, some of the girls keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over again.
And baby, I ain't one of those girls.
That's right.
I learned so much from my mama.
That's right. So he ain't moved in yet, right?
No, he moved in. No, he ain't moved in. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Because the girls like to roll over and get a little something in the morning.
A little tap.
And a little something at the night, in the nighttime. Hey, Linda Hudson. I haven't seen you in the comments in so long.
He just texted me and said he hoped to meet you in person or something.
Oh, that's what he just said? Oh, yeah. I love you. Enjoy your time. Tell Craig I said what's up, and I hope to meet him in person.
Yes.
He not watching this, is he? He don't know how to find this. Oh, okay. So we can talk shit.
I show up like that. Show the edit version.
Right. So listen. So Keon is still over at the junior college.
I am. I'm moving up the ladder in the junior college, baby.
Yeah, because when I called you today, you were giving very much so. Oh, we have orientation.
Mm-hmm. So I do like the orientation. I'm over the students, so I do orientation.
The student over the students.
Well, however you want to put it. I help the students with like their attendance, their grades, resources.
Wait a minute. You help them with their grades?
Yeah, bitch.
What do you help them with?
No, so like, say for instance, let me back up a little bit. Say for instance, they in class, and let's say for instance, if something is wrong, they're missing assignments, or they may need to get their attendance fixed, or just anything.
Oh, so you're not helping them with academics?
No, well, no, not academics.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense now. You're just helping them with like attendance and things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then like if they're homeless or if they
homeless,
yeah, bitch, life be life for people.
Wait, what?
Like we have a lot of students. You would be surprised, Craig, how many people sleeping in their cars? How many people? How many people just trying to get ahead? I had a girl yesterday, 20 years old. Yeah, trying to start school, trying to be a medical.
Is she from here?
Yes. Bad relationship with her mom, and it's not nothing that. She said, I'm not you. If you see her, you'll be like, oh my God, so frail. She just had a baby daddy locked up. So she just like,
where does she live?
The mama left her at the school enrolling and told her, bitch, You ain't
Figure it out.
You taking too long. You need to figure it out. The mama the day before, she said put her out on the highway. She said I give her money when I can.
On the highway.
Bitch, you heard what I said. Let me tell you, working at this school have humbled me so much because you think we have, like, you know how you like, damn, I went through this.
Scott just left here. My friend Scott just left here. But go ahead.
You'll be surprised what people go through, and they're trying to get ahead, they're trying to move forward, or they're trying to start over. You know what I'm saying? It is like second chance for them. Baby, when I tell you now that I work directly with students, they come to me and tell me so much. Like, it be like, sometimes I have to close my door, and when I get home, I have to stay outside and just sit in my car and like
decompress.
Yeah, and like decompress, because I take so much with me. Imagine hearing 700, 800 student stories a day.
But see, this is the thing that I've talked about before. Our kids deserve to be able to go to school without all of the extra stress. What I mean by that is, our kids oftentimes go to school with a burden about the finances, how they're going to pay for school. And now you're talking about this extra layer or these layers where they don't have a place to live or they got to work a job. And my thing is, when I went to school, I didn't have to work because I had my mom paid for my tuition. I did have some student loans, and I got child support. But for me, I always feel like our kids should have the luxury of going to college and not having to worry about working a job, like having the stress of working a job, going to school, trying to cram, trying to have a social life, trying to pay the tuition. Like, I just don't think that that's fair. Because when you think about other communities, in particular white folks, they oftentimes go to school, and I'm not saying that there aren't white folks who aren't struggling in college, but what I'm saying is, oftentimes white kids will go to school and they have a trust fund, or they have parents who can pay for their tuition out of pocket, and they're not paying for tuition. I want our kids to be able to do that, right? So it's interesting that you say this, because they know this, because I talked about this the other day on the video, and I was just talking to Scott. Scott just left here a few minutes ago. There's a girl at a place that I go to eat occasionally. Well, I go pretty regularly. But we just started talking. To make a very long story short, the video is on my YouTube channel, but we just started chit-chat. Oh, she's not in the video. It's just me talking, because it was after my encounter with her. But I went into the place, got something to eat. We started chit-chatting. She recognized me from PhagTawlk. But she made it seem like she just remembered me from coming in the store. So long story short, she tells me in the conversation that she's been living in her car for the past 3 years. So I went back a few days later because it was on my mind. I gave her some money. Long story short, today, Ryan and I went bike riding. I went bike riding yesterday with Ryan. I went again today. Today, I went over there. Well, we parked over near the place. And so Ryan and I, after the bike ride, we were standing in the parking deck just chit-chatting. And I see her coming across the street. She's leaving work. And I said to Ryan, that's the girl right there, Ryan. And so I'm ducking and hiding because I don't want her to feel like she has to come and talk to me just because I'm standing there. So I'm ducking and hiding because I know she's off work. She's probably decompressing, like you just said. So I'm hiding behind my car because I don't want her to feel like she got to come over and talk to me and then, whatever. And so I see her go and get in her car. And she sits in the car for a while. And so Ryan, with his forever skeptic ass, gonna say, well, how do you know she really needed the money? That motherfucker. I said, Ryan, my spirit told me that that lady needed the money, right? So he said, but how do you know she's really homeless, though? And he said, where you say she's from? And I said, well, she says she's from Houston. He said, that ain't no Houston, Texas tag. That ain't no Texas tag. I said, well, bitch, I don't know about none of that. But the point is, so anyway, Ryan goes to his car, gets in his car, and so I get in my car. And as I'm getting in my car, I notice she's pulling out of the parking deck. Now, mind you, she's on the other end of the parking deck, but she's pulling out of the parking deck. And it just so happened that as I'm pulling out of the parking deck, she's in front of me. Everything that girl owns is in that car. I can see it. I can see it from the back window. Everything she owns is in the car. And then on the passenger side, the passenger side window and the back window on the passenger side, it has like material, black fabric that she then pulled out through the window and put the windows up so that the fabric is covering so you can't see in the car. Because remember, all her shit is in the car. And so I'm behind her and I called Ryan. I said, no, bitch, she really lives in this car. All her shit is in this car. And of course, you know me, I'm wondering and thinking, and it's just the thinker in me, and it's just the people watching, because I'm a people watcher. I could be in the airport and I done made up 15 stories. But I'm thinking like, well, where does she, of course, now the weather is breaking and it's starting to get warm. But we just came out of winter. Where was she parked in the winter? Where does she park her car to feel safe? Where does she park her car to be warm? Like, do you keep your car turned on with the heat on? Because I don't even think that, and I know you can't park in a garage with the car turned on because you know you can die from the carbon monoxide. But if you're sitting on the public street, I still don't think that it's good to have the car running for 5-6 hours just because it's winter time, right? So I was telling Scott tonight, I don't know how it came up, but I was telling Scott. He said, well, what did you give her? So I told him, he said, well, I think that because those of you who are new, we usually do, that's a good question too, CJ. How does she stay cool in the summer? Because, you know, sometimes in the summer, it's hot as shit in the summer, especially in Georgia. And like, I know there are people who don't have central air or who don't have air conditioning and they just got a box fan. That shit ain't even warm. I mean, cool. So how do you sit in a car? And then the other thing that I thought about was, if all of her belongings are in the car, you can't even recline the seat all the way back. And even if you could, that still is not a good night's sleep for 3 years. Talk about scoliosis, bitch, or problems with your back, right?
Oh, I feel so bad.
Right. So I said this, so Scott and I are talking. And so those of you who are new, we usually do giveaways. We do giveaways, we do shoes and clothes and all of those kinds of things. So Scott said, well, when you do the giveaway, maybe we should, you know, try to reach people like her that we actually need. So I said, you know, it's funny that you say that because I have thought about maybe buying her a gym membership for a year. Because I've said, if I ever was homeless, I would get a gym membership at one of these 24-hour gyms and I would shower at the gym.
That's what my students do. Some of them do.
Yeah, I would shower at the gym and I would sleep at the gym. Because, you know, at night, overnight, there's nobody at the gym. Because you use your little key fob to get into the gym. So I would sleep overnight. And then when they're about to come in, I would leave, right? That's what I would do. So we kind of talked about maybe getting her a gym membership. And I said, well, to me, that doesn't feel like enough. So I was like, well, and listen, I gotta choose how I'm gonna do this because I don't want to insult this girl. Like I don't want to just come up to her and be like, girl, listen. But what I'm thinking is, and this is what I said to Scott, because I told you guys the way that she was bathing, she said she got a bucket and but that ain't no thorough clean. You understand what I'm saying? Not only is that not a thorough clean, you don't have a good night's sleep. There are nights that I crawl in my bed. There are nights that I crawl in my bed and I just say, thank you, God, because it's just so comfortable and it's so cozy. And especially on a very cold winter night, and I think about people who are out on the street, not even with a car, people who are out on the street. And I'm like, thank you, God, for this bed, right? So I said to Scott, I said, what if I kind of get over to her and I just kind of I won't bring them, I'll just talk to her myself. And I'll just say, because here's the thing. I don't know if her credit is bad. She may not be able to get an apartment. And we talked about an extended stay. But I'm thinking like an extended stay. And if you know anything about extended stay, them shit's expensive. They can be $200 a week. And I know a lot of people might think, well, if you got $200 a week, why don't you just go get an apartment? But the difference is they check the credit when you get an apartment. Evictions, all that. She may have bad credit. I don't know. But then also, when you get an apartment, you have to be able to show proof that you can make 2 and 3 times the amount of the rent.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is, and this is what I said to Scott, and I'm gonna pull in Elliot and whoever else. And if you all want to contribute, you can, but because that's how we do our little giveaways. If you can, if you want to, you don't have to. But what I'm thinking is, I want to have a conversation with her and just say to her, because I watched this girl walk out of that place today, that restaurant.
It touched you.
It did. It touched me again. I saw her walking. She had a little drink in her hand with a straw, and she was just walking. And she sat in that car for about 15 minutes. And I was just thinking, and I said to Ryan, I said, where is she going? And maybe she sleeps right here. Maybe she sleeps right here in this parking deck. I don't know. But then, like I said, she pulled off moments before I got in my car. But what I would like to do is help her get an apartment. And I know some of you, when I did that other video, talking about, well, you got that whole apartment downstairs, let her stay there. Listen, I'm compassionate, but I'm not crazy.
Hello?
Look, I'm compassionate, but I'm not crazy. Because, see, I don't know. I don't know her.
Bitch, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I won't even, listen, I'm vacillating over whether or not I want to rent the place downstairs to a bitch that can pay, let alone giving it to somebody.
That was the original plan, bitch. Now, I don't know what's the plan now.
Correct. Now, I've been saying that I'm going to rent it, but I can't even wrap my brain around a stranger renting downstairs, and they're paying. So I know I'm not giving away for free. But at any rate, what I would like to do is, if we can, and this is before I even talk to you guys, I said to Scott, maybe me, you, Elliot, whomever, we can pitch in to help her pay to get into an apartment. Because, like, again, and I'm not saying no co-signing. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if her credit is good enough and she just needs the money to get into the apartment, maybe we can come up with the money
and give it
to help her get into the apartment. But I'm gonna talk to her about it and you know, just see
where her mind is.
Right. And she may not, and then, I mean, like I said to Scott too, there are places, especially like in California, I don't know about here, there are places where you can rent a room in a house. You know what I mean? You might pay $700.
They have padlock, they have just different things. But also too, I'm gonna set my mind. I got some resources. You can give her. They have some just for women with kids, and just different things. And they pay. I know one place that I help students with. They pay for, if they find their apartment, they pay for their down payment.
Right.
The first month's rent.
That's what I'm saying. We can maybe help her do that.
I have another place that pay for them lodging, like for hotels for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Help them get into an apartment, etc. So I'll look. Matter of fact,
that's what I'm thinking. Maybe like a rooming house or an apartment, something. Because I don't want her to go into an apartment and it's $1,300-$1,400 a month, and then she can't pick it up. She can't keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So maybe like a rooming house or something like that may work, where it's just maybe $800-$900 a month or whatever, and then
I think I sent it to the girl the other day. Let me see.
But now you talking about this, it makes me think about those students over there. Like, maybe we need to do something broader.
I can send you this, and you can give it to her. I'll type it in.
Okay.
Because I just sent it to the girl.
Right.
I was talking about with the baby. I just sent it. They help with bill assistance and everything. So it's different things out there, but it just make you look at life a whole different way. Like, I'm like, damn, I shouldn't complain.
And Scott said today, he said, Craig, I had a bad day today. He said, but hearing this story from you lets me know that shit that I was upset about, it means nothing.
Yeah, past it too.
Oh, my friend Tanisha, she's watching. We used to work together. Mm-hmm. Yes, she put pad split in here. Mm-hmm. What's pad split? So it's like a one house and everybody's renting?
Yeah, and they can pay for their room instead of one of my cousins did until he got on his feet. Now he's doing good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk to her. I'll give her this pad split. Thanks, Tanisha. Tanisha and I used to work together, so she just texted me this. But I'm gonna see, if this is something, maybe, and I'll give it to her, and maybe she can look at it and kind of figure out what she want to do. She may even have her mind already set on where she want to move, and just doesn't have the resources yet. So I'm gonna talk to her and see. I don't know if I'm able to get over there tomorrow, but I'll try to. And I don't know if she's working tomorrow. Yeah. But I'll try to get over there and talk to her. I'm gonna see that just so you can have. Yeah. Because she definitely. It's stuff out there. It's resources
Right.
out there. To definitely help you. Bitch, you got something to drink? You got something?
You already know I got something to drink. Don't play.
You got some liquor here. What type of liquor?
First of all,
you know I ain't been over here in a couple of years. I'm trying to make sure
you know our contact pull that drawer out. You know our contact and loaded me up. You know,
oh bitch, I need to hit him up.
I need to text him and see because let me explain this to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. Okay. So I have a contact.
Oh bitch, yes, I need to cause my bar started.
You know, it's Jack Apple in there too. Oh, you want the right one?
I want the honey.
So one of my friends,
baby, it's always good to know somebody.
One of my friends has a hookup on alcohol. I don't give a fuck what you. Wait a minute, Letitia, Simo, y'all got a booster. Cut it out. Stop talking like that. We don't use those words. But I have a friend. Look, somebody else, Miss One, talking about a booster. Miss One, y'all stop all that kind of blasphemous talk. But I have a friend who has a contact who works at one of the stadiums here in Atlanta. And
they get us the liquor
for $25 a bottle. I don't give a fuck.
And we ain't talking about the small, we talking about the big bottles.
We talking about the big bottles. We talking about Honey Jack Apple, Herradura tequila. We talking about Ciroc.
Girl, you want me to make you a drink?
Girl, listen, I'm finishing it. Look, Scott came right here with this. I'm already toasted.
Oh,
so I got Woodford Reserve. He brought all this stuff. I said, man, get me about 10, 12 bottles because that's juice. Oh, you with your jar? That's Sprite. That's Sprite. So yeah.
Girl, next time you go, you'll never think about your childhood. I just feel like
first of all,
I need child support. Because you just getting all rich and famous and stuff like that, girl. And then you just don't call me no more. You don't text. I have to make sure that you're okay. If you're getting older, I'm the only one who's gonna take care of you when you get old. Now, all these people, they love you and they watch you and stuff, but I'm the closest one to get to you fast. My auntie Elliot getting old, Jack getting old. Everybody, y'all like this, bitch. Y'all rocking in and out. So, bitch, I'm the only one who can really, take care of you and help you.
Aren't you the one who said the leaning tree is always the first one to fall?
That is true.
So just because we're older, bitch, doesn't mean you ain't gonna fall into that grave first, bitch.
Bitch, we ain't gonna speak that bitch.
All right.
Look, girl, I'm trying to slim back down, honey, because I had got real big at one point in time. So I'm trying to slim back down and lose a little stomach and stuff.
Girl, I got a little waist trainer you can wear.
Girl, that waist trainer ain't gonna do nothing, baby.
Well, what are you doing?
I already had thought that I was gonna have to catch an emergency flight up there, girl.
An emergency flight where?
Because, girl, you can't fight, girl.
An emergency up to New York.
To New York, and the rich white mama, the rich woman was gonna get up on that stage and knock the hell out of you, girl.
What are you talking about? Tamar?
I said, girl, ooh. But
you talking about Tamar?
But then you know the fight, girl. I thought I was gonna have to catch a flight up there, girl. I had went to making calls, bitch. Get me an emergency flight now. Girl, because you can't fight, girl. Girl, that girl had to gather you at your own show, girl. I said, oh, bitch.
Oh, so she gathered me? Is that what you saw?
Girl, she had to gather you, girl. You said, now wait. I said, my mom about to go there with her.
I said, girl, you treading in the waters of disrespect now.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be tomorrow on the blog. So look at her. She texted me, my friend Tanisha, who sent me pad split, talking about, I need the liquor too. I'm like, you treading in the waters of disrespect, girl. Like, now, listen, I don't want to be all over the internet tomorrow where the people talking about a black man tearing down another black man.
How many people had sent me that video
really?
Of this bitch? I ain't even call you. I ain't call you. I ain't entertained it or nothing. I was thinking, I said, I can't wait to talk to this bitch. I can say, girl, because you can't fight, girl.
I got so many phone calls from people that I have not talked to in years. And they were talking about, oh my God, what's this going on with you? MTS, don't pay him no mind. He talking about Craig from Baltimore, he can't fight. Don't listen to him.
Girl, you would got that star, Will Miller, girl. I say, damn, bitch.
First, now that I would not have been fighting no woman.
No, I know you. Now,
had she put her hands on me first, then I might would have.
Listen, I'm cool with the people that's around her. So I ain't gonna dig into it that much.
Well, you need to let them know that they need to let her know.
Well, girl, you know I'm cool with the people that's around her. So I just want to make sure, girl, that you was gonna handle yourself, because I know, girl, you can't fight and you getting a little old. I said, bitch, what my
You love to say I can't fight.
Craig, let me tell you something. I always say this. If me and Craig was out and somebody was like trying to type, I don't know what I do. I think I just go crazy because it's like protecting the elderly. You know? This is protecting the elderly stuff. No, it's just my father, bitch, but it's like protecting the elderly, honey. I had to jump on the bitch.
Swear he the baddest bitch moving.
No, I ain't the baddest bitch moving, but baby,
but you gonna know I was on yours.
You gonna know I was on you, baby.
No, as your mama used to say,
you better help the bear, because I got me, baby.
Right. If I'm in a fight with a bear, you help the bear.
You help the goddamn bear.
Don't help me.
Don't help me, because I got me. Baby, I said he was gonna call him with this shit, because I already know.
When I tell you I got so many calls,
I just called you with it. And I started chuckling on the way over. I was in the Uber over here. I said, "Oh, bitch!" I said, "Should I bring it up?" I said, "No, I ain't gonna bring it up. I ain't gonna bring it up."
And he didn't brought it up.
I want to argue with the other hoes that's around her that I know, because bitch, you ain't gonna talk about my mama around me now, bitch. You gonna talk about my mama,
right,
girl? They tried to break it up. I said, "Girl,
who? Rob?
No, not Rob." I said, "Girl." That's all I'm saying. I said, girl, they hugged it out. They all right. They all right. I'll tell you outside the live.
And now I want you to because he was taking her side.
No, he wasn't taking her side. No, he wasn't taking her side. But him and the other one is real cool.
Which one is the other one? Oh yeah, because that bitch got in my Instagram. He DM'd me. And I had to pull him together. I said, get out my motherfucking inbox with this bullshit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he shouldn't be talking about nothing because he done tore up a lot of the girls here in Atlanta that he been messaging me about. And it's like, don't come in my inbox with this foolishness. You should have checked her. I said, my boundaries are not your boundaries. I don't want to hear anything about we all say that. Because I don't know nothing about no we all. But anyway.
On another note, honey.
Right. Oh, look at
that's
that.
A mess.
Right.
Let me tell you, I was laughing, right? I think it was Mantra. She was posting like old videos of us. In the Pen Pals group. I think she posted like one from Shawnee's when we were at Shawnee's.
Oh, I saw that.
She posted when we did
the weekend.
She was. I was like, damn. Matter of fact, yesterday a video popped up from 227 of me and you.
Really?
It wasn't yesterday, it was last week. What popped up yesterday was when we was doing like the behind the scenes at Queen's Court when we would go live right before in the basement.
Yeah.
That popped up. I was like, oh my God.
Really? That is
I was like, this big. I said, shit.
But my thing is, I almost said something because I'm on this low alcohol. It's like you shouldn't be saying nothing, sir. Because when you were in your little kerfuffle, she didn't even come to your aid. But you in my motherfucking inbox? How's that, Jack? Honey Jack.
You know I love me a little Jack. That little Jack honey, baby. She get together. I'm talking about Keon used to be a twink. Whoo, twink, baby. I'm a grown man now, baby. I
Grown woman.
Man.
Grown woman.
Man.
Grown woman.
Tomato. It still work the same. Craig, I feel like I haven't been over here in
you
so
haven't.
long. Craig, when was the last time I've been up here? You did. I remember if somebody was
something in the back?
No, I think it was me, you, Jack, and Elliot.
That was ages ago.
It's been a few months. A couple.
No, it's been more than a few or a couple.
It's been about 6 months.
It ain't been this year.
No, I haven't been over.
And we're almost in April.
Speaking of April, your daughter's birthday in 2 weeks.
What day is your actual birthday?
April 10th.
I guess I'll be here. You doing something?
I'm not doing that. So this is so I said I didn't.
How old are you gonna be?
31.
That's it?
Yes, bitch. You've been knowing me since I was what, 22, 23?
Is that how old you were when I met you? Okay, so
this is what I want to do. I said that this year because last year I spent so much money throwing that party, right? No lie, Craig. I spent almost $4,000.
You talking about the sneaker
The
party?
sneaker ball, just the building, DJ.
You spent how much?
Almost $4,000, and it was just bare minimum. However, I want this year. You know, I got my rental car business. I want to get another car. I said I want.
So let's tell them about that.
I said I want to treat myself and get another car because I want to grow my fleet. So I said I was thinking about getting another car.
You want to grow your what?
My fleet. Because I'm already at 3 cars.
And he doesn't mean the fleet enema. He means his fleet as in his car.
Baby, because them loaded, baby. I don't need no more of them. Them stay loaded.
Oh my God. But yeah, so Keon, what you tell him?
So, for those who are new, and I know some of the folks,
it's a bunch of new people.
Yeah, it's a bunch of new people. So back July last year, I had been talking about saying I was gonna I want to start a rental car company, or I want to start like doing Turo. Is what I was saying. So I went and I purchased my first car cash, and I was like, okay, let me just see. So, however, when I purchased my first car, it wasn't. I didn't do a lot of research into it. But I couldn't put my car on Turo, the car that I actually got.
Wow.
Because
they have certain standards.
They have certain standards. They couldn't be a certain year.
It has to be a certain.
It has to be a certain.
It has to be a late model.
And it can't have. It have to be a newer model, and it can't have over 130,000 miles. So I purchased the car just out of faith. Just purchased the car, and I was like, let me put it on Turo. So once I went to start doing everything on Turo, I couldn't put it on Turo. So I said, damn, I bought this car. How am I going to start renting this car? I just got another car. So I said, you know what? I started doing more research. I attended these webinars, and I said, okay, let me start privately. Let me see if I can do it privately. So I bought the car July 27th, July 31st. Last year. July 31st, I rented out to my first renter. And
wait, what was it when you get it?
I got it July 27th.
And you rented
it? I rented it out. I got it serviced, make sure everything was good, and I rented it out to my first renter July 31st.
So 10 days later, basically.
Well, yeah, a couple of days later. So I was doing research at the time. I was using. I was like, oh my God, I got to think about insurance, et cetera, et cetera. So I was using this different type of insurance, and the company stopped servicing Georgia. So
the insurance company.
This particular insurance company, because I have insurance on my car, full coverage, but then I was looking at how can I get like commercial insurance,
right,
et cetera, et cetera. For the business. As I'm navigating through, I'm learning different things.
Well, that's what you do when you start in the business.
Just taking it out.
You learn as you go. Some days you're gonna learn as you go. They tell me, oh wait, Khalid Gaera said, can we get a promo code?
Okay.
Well, he ain't even in Georgia.
Look, right. So look, we'll come back to that.
The kids always asking for discounts.
We'll come back to that. So I originally, before I bought the car cash, I had bought myself a personal car. I bought a 2024. I know y'all remember the Kia with the little horn.
The little horn. Those
so
people watching.
I traded that car in, and I got a 2024 Honda Civic Sport. So I started advertising my cash car. And I started getting more demand than supply. So I said, okay, this is going good. So I added my
and just promoting it on his Instagram.
I'm only promoting it on social media. I mean, social media for is Facebook and Instagram. So I was like, oh my God, I'm getting more demand than supply. So I said, let me put this car on Turo.
Beep, beep.
So I put my brand new Honda on Turo. And then I started getting more private rentals, inquiries about private rentals. So I said, let me block out Turo and just have it open on certain days and let me see what I can do for us private rentals. So when I started getting my private rentals, more people started inquiring. And I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and get my LLC. Let me try to see about different insurance options, et cetera, et cetera. However, it started going good. I have probably had 1 week. I started last year, July 27th. Remember I said that. Since July 27th up until today, I may have had 1 full week
where
total
you didn't have.
Where I didn't really have nothing. Outside of that, I have been constantly like just rolling. My car's been going. So I got the first car in July. I added my personal car in, I want to say October, and then November I purchased my third car. So now I'm like, okay, let me.
So you got 3 cars.
I have 3 cars now. So I said, okay, I'm in the swing of it. I'm learning different things or whatever. So now I said I want to kind of master that, and then I add on more cars. So now I feel like I'm ready to add my 4th car, and I'll say I want to try to see what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I want to get a sports car or if I want to get like another full.
Well, you got an SUV.
I have an SUV. I have the Jeep Grand Cherokee, Honda Civic Sport, and a Chevy Cruze.
Well, which one is in the highest demand? The SUV?
Shit, Craig, all of them. They all be, literally every car be gone. Like every car. I Uber more now than anything. So all my cars be gone, like every car. If I had to say which one be gone the most, I would say the Honda. The Jeep rents out a lot, but the Jeep rents out if somebody wants something like full size. Because the Honda is more like
then get something in the same class as the car.
The car. Honda. Yeah. So I was like, do I want to get a sports car? Because I know I was thinking about just having something in like every category. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said definitely get a convertible. It does well in the summer.
Yeah, I don't like convertibles, but I was thinking about like a sports car. I was thinking about a sports car.
Even if it's just a coupe, even if it's not a convertible, like a
coupe. That's what I said. That's what I'm aiming towards. So I'm like, I'm just weighing my option or whatever. So it has been going good. I'm grateful for that. I will say since I started, I've been real blessed.
So the beauty of this is like when people who can't get a rental car from a traditional rental car place because your credit is fucked up, or you didn't messed up with traditional rental car places, or you don't have what do they charge for a car? If you don't have a credit card.
If you don't have a credit card, they automatically charge you $500.
$500, like if you don't have that. Like, so this is an alternative for stuff like that. So that's really
great. A lot of people are going that way. Like there's yes, I do have my cars listed on Turo, but I have them blocked off.
Yeah, you don't have to put a deposit. Yes.
Yeah, I have them blocked off.
Tanny Joy.
Yeah. So they put deposits down. I have real contracts. I use the Turo so you don't. It's contactless, so I don't have to meet you.
Yeah.
Once I receive.
So where do you put the key?
So the key is on the lockbox. Like it's a lockbox that go on the window. And I give them a code. Once they get there, I have them take a picture.
How did you get the lockbox on the car?
The window roll up and down. So it's
so you just went and bought a lockbox?
Yeah, I purchased them. I purchased off of Amazon.
So no, we're not shopping at Amazon no more.
So yeah, I haven't bought nothing from there. I really been good. But okay, so say this the window, the lockbox slide on the window, and you just roll it up. Yeah. And the lockbox be outside. So they send me I run a license, everything. They have to show me. I use 2 insurance companies now. Where just how like you go to Enterprise or you go to Budget, wherever you rent your car from, and you get the secondary insurance. They send me that as well. So I have everything right before I give them the key code. Everything be paid in full. And the contracts we sign, I have the insurance, I have their license. I make sure that their license is valid. Everything. I run everything right before they get the car. So it's been going really, really good. It's been going really good. So I can't complain.
So you got 4 cars total.
3 cars.
3 cars.
Going on the 4th. I'm working on the 4th one now.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So for my birthday, I said I want to get another car and just add it to the.
So let's see how much you be paying attention to me. You keep your relationship separate from your business, right?
Oh yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because I was doing this before I met you.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're not about to integrate this.
Yes, ma'am. I keep it separate.
Ladies.
Now I will say, my new guy, he is really helpful. Like. It be some days that I can't like go clean the car because of the turnaround. Like if he get off before me or whatever, he'll be like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'll go get the car, clean it." Because I have a membership with a car wash, so it's not too far from my job. He take it over there, clean it real quick, and then park it back. And then he may come pick me up because a lot of time I have to Uber. So if it's not him dropping me off or picking me up, I Uber. Like I Ubered tonight to Craig House. So. It's been really, really good. And
yes, let him help, not run.
Yes, he helped. But
they said, where do you keep the cars?
So I keep the cars not too far from my job. It's a parking lot where it's not too far from my house as well. So something I can get to real quick. Just
so it's like, because you don't want to park it somewhere where they can get towed.
Yeah.
So it's like an open parking lot?
It's an open parking lot, but it's like, it's kind of in front of my job, but not in front of my job. So it's like another parking lot in the shopping plaza of my job.
Right.
So I park them there. I park them far away where I can still, cameras are on them. I can still see them.
The cameras from the building.
From the buildings, yep. But they can't get in there anywhere if they try. I do have trackers on my cars, so I can see where my car's at all time.
Right.
I haven't had any really bad things. I had one time, one lady, she got mad. She left my car in the middle of the. She got mad. She was like, "Well, I ain't bringing it back," so she dropped it off somewhere. So I was
not where it was supposed to be returned.
So I was able to track it and pick it up.
Right.
The worst thing that I've had so far outside of that was somebody smoking in my car, but they lose their deposit,
right?
And all, etc. So I cover all grounds. So
right.
It's really good. It's really good.
So let me say this. Chris, I think it's Chris. Chris, I just got your key. Oh no, not Chris. CB. CB. Thank you for the. Aw, CB Washington. Thank you for being great. Days I cry, you lift me. Aw, thank you, CB. Chris B. I see your Cash App. I think you said you wanted to do a one-on-one, a 30-minute one-on-one. I did get it. But if you would, please email me so that we can set up a time to do the one-on-one. And then I just wanted to say, I was thinking about this earlier today. Shauna, thank you so very much for being so consistent. I was thinking about this today. Well, actually, it was yesterday. Because I had to sign a bunch of books. Because you guys gifted books. It was Shauna and Donna Brown and Rashawn and Kimberly Dooley and did I miss somebody? It was a few other people who gifted books. I appreciate you guys doing that. I really do, because I know you don't have to do that. So it's really special when you guys gift books so that other people can experience the books in the way that you did. But I really wanted to say thank you to Shauna. Because, Shauna, you've been gifting books since we were at 227. You've been gifting books since we were at 227. And you've been so consistent, even when nobody else gifted books. So I want to say thank you to Shauna. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And I was thinking about it yesterday as I was signing those books. And I was like, I really need to highlight her and just say, wait a minute. Amber said, child, let me gift a book. Let me gift a book, child. Who needs a book? But Shauna Mosley, thank you so very much. I've never met you in person, but I would love to meet you in person and hug your neck. But I really appreciate you for doing that, because you literally have been consistently gifting books since, and I've been in this house for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in September. You've been gifting books since I was at 227. So I appreciate that, and thank you very much. And I was like, I have to say that. But Amber is saying she's going to gift a book. So
look at Rita.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Alicia said, Keon, don't you ever go this long without seeing us. Let me tell you, life be happening, but it's not nothing bad.
So that's my little contact I was just texting with.
Yeah, bitch, because I need some liquor.
Dave, you need some. Oh, let me text him. No, that was my ticket contact. Dave Hollister is coming to the City Winery, and I want to go see him.
Oh, I love it.
Right. So I was like, hey, can you get me +2, me +2? Let me see.
Good.
Let me text and see about this liquor. Hey, can you... All right, I'm sending a message to my contact about the liquor.
But you know what I want to say before you start doing this? I want to say, you told me it was like a long time ago. We was talking, and Craig told me, he said, one day, you're going to get to a place, right? I don't know if you remember this conversation. You said you're going to get to a place where you've grown or you have grown and you start noticing that you outgrown people, you outgrown just different things that you used to do, et cetera, right? I feel I'm at that place now. Like I feel like the shift. Like it's the shift. And I feel it because I'm like, dang, like sometimes I'll be like, because really, I go out, but I don't go out like I used to. Yeah. It's like certain things, like I'll go to karaoke or I may do something at my house, etc. But it's not like I'm just out in the streets doing this, doing that. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy life and have fun. Yeah. But I noticed that certain things don't interest people. Right. When you start locking in on, like you say, your business, or you start shifting your focus or shifting your mind on just money, how you spend your money and just different things, it changes the dynamic of your friendships, personal relationships. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I was thinking, I was like, Craig was right. Like,
when did you have this thought?
I had the thought last week because I was just sitting. I do a lot of self-reflecting, etc. Just how could I grow?
Oh, look, my girl Tanisha said that. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Oh, how could I grow? Like where I was before, where I am now. And I was just thinking too. My family was in town, did a memorial for my mom. The week before last. Yeah. It was a week before last. And I was just sitting like, and I was telling my dad, I said, Dad, it hits me differently. Like, you remember the stuff that you used to tell me growing up? I said, now look, now you actually coming to sit in my house. I'm able to host you in my house. And I was just like, I'm able to just do things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just hit me different. And I was like thinking, you know how memories pop up on like your phone Facebook, of the friends you had. It's just like, oh wow, like stuff that shifted completely. Yeah. And I was talking to Abel yesterday. And Abel, he has a hookah business or whatever, and he's doing good too. And I was just like, look at the places that or the people that we have been in front of, or look at the opportunities that we're doing. Like, you remember a couple of years ago, we was like, we're gonna do this. Bitch, we're doing it. So it just hit different. So like, it hit totally different.
So like we said earlier, Keon knows Greg. Keon knows Greg through some other friends, some friends that they have in common. And so one of the things that Greg said to me when I was probably, hey Sono, stop. I may ask you to play nothing. Hey, Sono, stop. So when I was like 33, 34, because I've known Greg now about 19 years. But I remember specifically when I was around that age, he used to say, Craig, right now you're just praying to be able to pay your bills. I'll never forget it. We were sitting at a Waffle House. And he said to me, he said, Craig, right now, you are just praying to be able to pay your bills. You just want enough to be able to pay your bills. He said, but what happens when you have enough money to pay all your bills and you're able to do this, that, and that? He said, what's your prayer going to be then? Because, Craig, your prayers change. When he said that, I wrote that in my first book. That's in Words Never Spoken. I told y'all the other day, Greg's character's name in my first book is Lane, Lane. And he said, what's your prayer going to be when you're able to pay your bills? Because your prayers change. And I said, Greg, I don't know. And my prayers have changed.
That's powerful.
It's powerful.
That's powerful.
And my prayers have changed. Like, my prayers are completely different now because you're not thinking about yourself and the here and now. you're thinking about, like right now, I'm thinking about that young girl at that place.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you start thinking about other people and how you can help, other people and that kind of thing. But to the point, thank you, whoever just sent that. But to your point, you're at the age now because you're about to turn 31. First of all, there's a shift that happens when you're 30. And again, going back to my first book, there's a chapter called 30s Shift.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chapter called 30s Shift. And that's what you start to have an awakening. And this is the awakening that you start to have. You start to go in a different direction from the people that you were accustomed to hanging out with. Your interests change because there's a shift that happens internally. And it doesn't mean that those people that you're shifting away from aren't going to shift, but maybe you've shifted first. You know what I mean? You've shifted ahead of them. And so you start to shift, and because around this time was around the time that I had no interest of going to the club anymore. Like I would hear people saying, "Well, what do you do for fun? Like what?" And I'm like, "You think that's the only fun is going to the club?" You know what I mean? But like your mind just starts to open up, and you start to enjoy other things. Your interests start to change. You start to think about the latter part of your life, planning. You know, being in a more stable place. And it doesn't mean that they're not going to come along. Yeah. But they may take another 4 or 5 years before they start to.
Let me tell you. Last week, my old boss flew into town. She's from Jersey City. Miss Tracy, you have talked to Miss Tracy.
Yeah.
And every time she comes, she stays at my house, et cetera, et cetera. So we went out and everything. And me, my boyfriend, and a few friends, we was like, okay, we did chill. It was Miss Tracy last night. So, okay, let's go to Bulldogs, right? Craig, when I tell you I walked in Bulldogs and it was just like, I'm ready to go. It was like an instant, like, why am I here? And y'all know I love me a good old Bulldogs. But it was just like, why am I here? Like, It don't feel the same.
The taste just changed.
The taste changed. I said, I'm used to just going to karaoke, maybe eat, have a drink, and then go home. It's not like I'm trying to be out 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
But the truth is, there are a lot of people, especially in this community, who get stuck. They don't know what to do with themselves outside of going to Bulldogs or friends or wherever the hot spot is.
And there's nothing wrong with
There's nothing wrong with
There's nothing wrong with going there.
But some people get stuck and they never transition, for lack of a better word. They never transition out of that. Someone asked earlier, what's my promo code for the CMOS? It's Craig the Writer. The promo code for the CMOS is Craig the Writer. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if I said that earlier. Wade TV show.
I know Wade.
I appreciate that, Wade. But yeah, some people just get stuck and they never really come out of it. It's okay. You know what I mean? But that doesn't have to be your story.
My story, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Somebody, Olga said, how is your grandma doing?
Let me tell you, my grandmother is doing good. My grandmother was here 2 weeks ago, and it hit me with her too. Let me tell you, it hit me, Craig, because, my grandma is getting older, right? And I'm so used to her being the feisty grandma. She's dressing up real nice. And I said to myself, dang. I looked at her and I told my sister, I said, bitch, grandma's getting older. Like, I said, girl, look at her. Like I said, she's getting older. I said, yes, she's still vibrant and she still want to work, etc. I said, but she's getting older. I said, bitch, I don't know if the days, I'm not saying she's going to be in the grave tomorrow. But
the reality
hit me because she was just like, I can't do what I used to do. I can't stand and cook how I used to cook, or I can't ride how I used to ride. And it's just like,
wow, she can't just be driving up here.
Right. And I look at her and I said,
she lives by herself.
No, but my baby sister.
Oh, that's right. She lives with her.
And I look and I said, oh my God, like my grandmother is really getting old. It was just like a light.
How old is she?
She'll be 77 this year. She's 76 now.
She's knocking it.
So a light bulb came on like.
You said in December?
Yeah, December. A light bulb came on and said, you need to start traveling down there more.
Yeah.
You need to be, and I can't be selfish because I hate going down there because my mom passed and so they just bring back memories. But it's just like you got to overcome that because she's getting older.
Right.
It was like a light bulb just came on. I was like, oh my God,
Right.
she's
Right.
getting old. Like
Right.
I need to cherish these moments. Like, you know, so every time she FaceTime me or if she say, oh, I got a doctor's appointment, I'm like, what you got to go to the doctor for?
Right.
Like, what's wrong? Like, you know, just different things. But she's still vibrant. You know, I'm used to her being one way, but now I'm getting used to the norm. Like she's getting older, she's slowing down. It's just like, oh my God, like I ain't ready for this, you know. But as she's getting older, I'm getting older too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like the change of life.
And as the people around you start to die, it brings death forward for you. You realize that your own mortality is just around the corner. You know what I'm saying? You start to realize that your mortality is right around the corner. You know? And so again, it makes me want to live even more fervently.
Yeah.
To see and do more.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hey, Miss Winfrey. Wait a minute. And Marilyn McCool. That's a mess. But yeah, so like again, like you're gonna change. And there are shifts that happen. Like I said, there's a shift that happens at 30. There's another one that happens at 40.
And bitch, the shift at 40.
And what I hear, there's one that happens at 50.
And you almost there.
I got another year and some change. How much longer are we standing in the kitchen? Let's have a seat, honey. Alicia, are you coming on our cabin retreat? This is my first time seeing Kev in the chat. I usually hear Greg yelling at him. Right. Somebody said my grandpa died. My grandpa died last month. I was his caregiver. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear about that. Hey, from Florida. Hey, down there in Florida.
I'm from Florida. Miami, baby.
Okay, I'm in Florida this weekend.
One thing about you gonna travel, bitch. You gonna travel.
I'm gonna see this world.
You gonna see, but it reminds me of just like when we was at 227. You were saying how I'm gonna get to a place where I'm able to do this. And we had a private conversation. It's like, bitch, you're here. Like you're this is what you were saying you wanted to do, and you're actually doing it. I think one thing I would say that I took from you was writing down at the new year. Writing. Let me tell you.
You got to write it down.
Let me tell you something. I did a vision board last year, coming into 2024. I wrote. I did a vision board, and I did. I wrote a note to myself to open up at the end of the year. I wrote 2 notes. One to open in 6 months, one to open up in a year, and I did a vision board. The power of that.
Listen, there's something special about writing it down.
The power of it.
So let me tell you something. I know there are a lot of you that are new, but I know there are a lot of you who've been here for a while. So I don't think it was last year, maybe the year before. I had friends over for Thanksgiving. No, New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's.
And I had each of my friends write down all of their dreams for the new year. This was for New Year's one year, New Year's Eve one year. And I wanted them to write down all of their dreams for the incoming year. Write it down on a paper. And I had them fold it up, put it in an envelope, write their name and address on it. And 6 months into the new year, I mailed it to them. And it was a way to say, how much of your dreams have come true? Or not dreams, but how much
what
of
you
your
wrote down,
how much of it
to life?
Yeah, what manifested? Like how close are you to accomplishing all of these things? So that was one thing, and then I even shared it with you guys, those of you who've been following me for a while. And then I also asked you all to write down at the top of the new year all of the things that you wanted to, I guess, leave behind in the previous year. You know what I mean? Like write down all of the things that you want. So in other words, let me go back to the first thing. So the first thing was I mailed it to them. So that was like December 31st.
Yeah.
And then I mailed it to them like in June. And then of course they got it in the mail. And of course they don't remember everything that they wrote down. And so they're looking at it and they're like, oh my God, I did say I was going to do this, right? And some of the things you can see that you've actually done. And so
what you need to work on
to finish the rest of it. But it's something really powerful about writing down the things that you want to accomplish. One year I asked everybody to write down to write down like little notes of the things that you're grateful for a year. I mean, you know, all of the things that you're grateful for in that year. So like every single time, like there are times, like I said, I crawl into bed and I'm like, oh my God, thank you for this mattress. Thank you for this bed. Thank you for heat. Thank you for, you know, whatever. Every single time that you think of something that you're grateful for, write it down on a little piece of paper, fold it up, and put it in like a gratitude box, in a box. And at the end of the year, December 31st, go in that box and read all of the things that you wrote down for that whole year. I'm telling you, it's an exercise in gratitude. And I'm telling you, the universe rewards you.
It rewards you.
And it will take you to the next level. Whatever your next level is, it will take you to your next level. It could be about health. It doesn't have to be about finances and money, but it can be that too. I want to be in a house in this next year. I want to get a new car. I want to travel the world. I want to go to this place. I want to do that. Whatever. I want to be married. I want to have children. I want to, whatever. You write that shit down. There's something really powerful about writing this stuff down.
Really powerful.
Yeah. And then when you see it, like allowing it to manifest, like there's something really special about that. There's power in writing that stuff down and then going back to it and seeing it. I'm telling you, it's powerful. So like to your point, and I've said this many times before here, yes, Daryl, start it tomorrow. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the year. You can start tomorrow. And I'm telling you, like, there are more mornings that I wake up and I'm just in tears. Like after, of course, when I met that young lady, the next day I was crying. And then I went on the video and I put the video up and I was crying in the video. But like, I saw this life. I saw this life for myself. But you don't always know how long it's going to be before you actually reach it, before you actually attain it. And I said this to one of my mom's girlfriends, one of my mom's longest friends, called me the other day. She says, she's 83. She says, Craig, I'm just calling you just to stay in touch. You know, because when my mom passed, she said, and Craig, don't lose touch. Don't forget about me. And mind you, she's married, got kids, but she's like, you know, don't lose touch. Like, stay in touch. And I said, I will. And so the other day, like 2 or 3 days, we were talking on the phone. And I said to her, I said, Miss Lynn, there are days that I wake up and I'm in tears. And I'm in tears because I've always known what God was capable of doing. I just didn't know if he would do it for me. I always knew what God was capable of doing. I just didn't know if he would do it for me. And when he did, it's just like, oh, wow, like what? Oh, yeah. And again, I'm not talking about just money and things. I'm talking about period. Health. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm 48. I'll be 49 in 2 months, less than 2 months, like a month and a half. And I know people who have died younger than me.
Hell, my age and younger.
And when I was telling Miss Lynn this on the phone the other day, I said, Miss Lynn, I'm getting emotional talking about it. Like I cried telling her because I said, I know what God is. I've always known what he was capable of doing. I just didn't know if he would do it for me.
For me.
I'd seen him doing it for other people. But again, it goes back to the gratitude piece. It goes back to the gratitude piece, like really being grateful at whatever level you're at. Like I shared that story with you about that young lady. Part of the reason why I was so compelled to go back over there to help her was because I didn't want to say bless her because to help her because she was in such a space of gratitude. Like she, I don't know if I told you this part of the story, but she was coming, she said she moved here 3 years ago. And I said, well, what made you move here? She was driving from Charlotte to Houston. She's from Houston. She was going back to Houston. Her car broke down here in Atlanta. She stayed here until she found a job to make enough money to fix the car. But in that space, she was like, but there's a reason that God doesn't want me to go to Houston because I'm stuck here. She found gratitude in it all. And so, again, you have to be grateful from where you are. You got to be grateful at the station. If you're driving a car that doesn't have heat, be grateful for that car because you could be on the bus.
That part.
Be grateful for the car that may make a lot of noise. Because again, it may need a muffler or whatever, but you could be sitting on the bus stop in the cold. You may not like the job that you're working, but you have a way to pay your bills. You understand what I'm saying? So like you always gotta find, and that's what I'm saying. Create this gratitude box, and you just write. Every time you think about something that you're grateful for, just write it down. Grateful that you got fresh air to breathe. That you're able to breathe. There are people who wake up who can't even breathe. You don't understand? Like they're on an oxygen tank. Or they got asthma or bronchitis so severe. Whatever the case is, you got to be grateful for every single thing.
Yeah.
And that's when the universe responds. And the universe responds and the universe elevates because it's like, oh, she's really grateful. Oh, he's really grateful. We can trust him. Yes. We can trust her with more. We can trust him. We can trust her with more because he or she is grateful right down there, right where they are. But that's the thing. You got to stay in that place of gratitude. But it's so easy for us, and I'm only speaking from my own experience. Yeah. It's so easy for us to be like, well, damn, my car ain't riding right, or my car this, or my car. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy. That's the easiest thing to do, is to complain. But when you really break it down and you're like, but you know what? I got a car. It might make a lot of goddamn noise going to work.
But bitch, I can get there.
But I can get there, and I'm not on the bus. I don't have to pay for Uber. I don't have to stand on the bus stop in the cold. I don't have to stand on the bus stop in the sun, in the heat. I may not like this apartment that I'm in, but guess what? I'm inside. You understand? I'm telling you, there are days that I crawl in my bed in the winter months or even in the blazing summer. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for this bed because there's somebody laying on some concrete. There's somebody laying on a cardboard slab and they're in the sun. There's rats running around, people stealing their things. Like you have peace. But even beyond that, beyond the stuff, I woke up today with peace of mind.
Baby, listen.
I woke up with the ability to reason, to make sound decisions and judgment. I have my judgment.
Yeah.
There are people who wake up and who don't even have their sanity. Like when you can say that, like you're already ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like every single day is a new day, another day to get it right, to move closer to the dream, whatever it is. But I think that we have to remember that. And again, I know that it's hard, but it's a muscle. Faith is a muscle. And just like you may go to the gym, I go to the gym. If I stop going to the gym tomorrow, there's no more muscle. If I stop going to the gym, there's no more muscle. I have to exercise to keep the muscle. Same thing with your faith. The same is true for your faith. You have to keep exercising that faith. And you have to keep teaching yourself and telling yourself, oh, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
And stop comparing the best of yourself to other people.
Let me tell you something. I was just talking about this. Social media have messed up the world.
Yeah.
Social media have messed up the world. people are portraying one thing on social media just to, you know what I'm saying, the followers, the likes,
the clicks, the views.
The clicks, the views. But baby, social media world and what your actual reality is can be two different things. I was saying, I was telling a friend that we was talking about the social media. I said I'm so grateful that my reality on social, my life on social media is what it reflects what my real life is. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm not saying I'm bald. I'm not saying none of that. But what I will say is that I worked up to get where I'm at. I was saying to my god sister, I said, bitch, I remember I was 17 years old and had to get my first apartment. Bitch, I put $300 down. The man said, I don't know if I can rent to you because you're so young. I said, just give me a chance. Right. Just give me one chance. That man came to me, the same man, and said, you know what? You was my best tenant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it just remind me of where I started and where I'm at now and where I'm going. You get what I'm saying? It just, when you change your outlook on life, it just so, like you said, some days I just bust out and start crying.
I'll cry in a heartbeat. You already know that. I will bust out and start crying like, damn, like this is like real. Like I don't have to worry about what I'm finna eat. If I don't feel like cooking, I can go out and you have the luxury.
Something. I have the luxury of DoorDash. It be plenty of days where I don't even take a lunch, but I order DoorDash because like my cars be going out. Like I said, I rent out all my cars, but I'm able to DoorDash and say, okay, or I'm not looking at the tab and like, damn, let me see this $50. Let me deduct this from this. You know, it's like I'm able to, and I'm not saying that I'm rich or anything. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm able to get to a place where I'm in a place now where I'm like, I can afford certain things or I can do certain things without worrying. You get what I'm saying? So it's different, and it haven't always been like this. So it just changed your outlook on and what you said earlier, faith.
It's a muscle.
It is a muscle, and like you just said, when I said I stepped out on faith to start my car business, I didn't know nothing about it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of that, like when you're starting a business, it really is about learning and figuring it out as you go. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are crippled by fear. And a lot of people won't even take the first step to start a business, go back to school, to buy a house, whatever, travel by themselves, whatever it is, because they're afraid, they're crippled, they're paralyzed by fear to even take the first step. But I'm a big believer that for every single step that you take for yourself, God will take 3. And what I just said in this line right here, faith is a muscle, all of this is in Book of Jewels. If you're not a reader, just listen to the audio, just download the audio. All of this is in Book of Jewels. You know, but the point is not even just looking at social media. Sometimes in your own friendship circle or in your family, you're looking at other people and you're comparing yourself. Why do they feel like it feels like they're further along than I am, or they're doing better than I am? Let me explain something. Your journey is your journey.
Oh my God, this is like deja vu.
Your journey is your journey. God. And you can't compare the best of yourself to other people. And the truth is, God rewards faithfulness. The universe rewards faithfulness.
That's so crazy. That is so crazy. Friday, I remember I said Tracy came into town, right? Yeah. So everybody came over my house Friday, right? Mm-hmm. And I sat down. Mind you, I only invited a few people. Yeah. But it was like a lot of people just came. Like, just, what you doing tonight? So, cool. But we were having different conversations. Nobody really knew each other, but it was conversations. And I remember I sat and I pulled my friend and I said, come here for a second. Yeah. I said, I want you to just take in this moment that we're talking about, right? I said, but I want you to look around the room. Uh-huh. Right? I'm telling one of my friends this. I said, look around this room, because I just told you we did. I said, look around this room. I said, look, you got people laughing, you got people just enjoying themselves, right? I said, but I bet you don't notice something. She said, what? I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 people, right? Uh-huh. She said, what's going on with them? I said, look, they're crying. And as I was going through, just like listening to different conversations, I was listening at what people say. This is what I'm going through now, but this is where I'm how I'm gonna get out of it. And I said, why tonight we here for a joyous occasion? We're celebrating somebody, but people still mixing and mingling and talking to people who they don't know. I said it's a connection, and she was like, damn, I didn't look at it like that. I said, but why these certain people are crying? Or well, I said, why we're connected, right? And she said, I don't know. I said, it's a thing where everybody have to have an outlet. And she said, what you mean by the outlet? I said,
I'm listening. I was homeless in 2007 for 5 years. Got me a new apartment in 2012. 7 plus sequels, 12. God is faithful. Go ahead.
So we was talking, and I said, everybody is going through something. Everybody has a situation that they're going through. And I just listened to the different stories of how people were saying how they were going to navigate through it, how they was going to get through it. And I just was like, it went back to faith. It just always went back to faith. And we was talking, and she said, you know what? I moved here on faith. She said, I was supposed to go to California. She said, but I got stuck here. She was a traveling nurse. One of my friends, I met her through a friend, and she was a traveling nurse, and she said she got stuck here, her and her son, and she never left here. It like how you said, the girl got stuck here. It's just like, damn. So as you was talking, I was listening. I was like, damn, I was just having these same conversations with people on Friday.
But what was so powerful to me about that young lady is when I was really struggling, and like I've said here and I said to Scott, I was never, and I said on that video that I posted originally, I was never homeless. I was in a position where I didn't have my own place, but I stayed with friends, but I could have always gone home, right? But I struggled with being in the struggle. I struggled being in the struggle. And what I know now on the other side of it is the universe rewards you and you move quickly and swiftly through the struggle when you handle it with grace. I didn't always handle it with grace. I would complain. I would complain to whoever was listening. Bitch, I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time. I can't pay my car payment. I don't have money for I was like, I really believe in what I'm doing. Because this is when I was trying to, these same books that you all are buying up now, I was trying to figure out how to sell them then. And it's about timing. It's about timing. Sometimes it's not about your gift. It's not always about your talent. Sometimes you need to be fixed. The gift is ready. My gift was ready. The universe, God had to work on me. He had to work on my level of compassion, my level of thoughtfulness, my level of selfishness. That's why I can be generous now. That's why I can be thoughtful now. That's why I can be compassionate now. Because I believe that you don't really understand the gravity of having compassion for someone until you're in a position of needing it. And because there were people who were compassionate to me, I now understand how it works. But time and chance happens to every man or woman. Happens for every man or woman. Time and chance. And so what I'm saying is, these same books that you all are buying now, I was trying to sell in 2012. But I wasn't prepared. Because if it had happened at 2012, I would have the ego. I would have the ego today. I would think that it was all about me and not through me. I wouldn't think that it was God working through me. I would think, oh shit, I'm so talented. You understand what I'm saying? I would have, oh yeah, I'm changing lives. I don't carry it like that. I don't see it like that. I don't even envision it in that way. But what I'm saying to you is you may have an idea that is brilliant and it may take off one day. But today is not the day. And it's not because the idea isn't great, because you still need to be fixed. You, your personality, you're not ready to handle it. The success, you're not grateful enough. Like all of those things. And so, you know, at the time when I was struggling, as I said a moment ago, I wasn't handling it with grace. Like I was uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like being in the struggle. I didn't like having to sleep on somebody's couch. I didn't like not having a car of my own. I didn't like being uncomfortable. Financially, all of those things. I didn't like any of those things. And I complained about it. But what I am telling you is the universe rewards you when you go through the struggle with grace. And you're grateful for it all. Like that young lady. I keep going back to that young lady. She was just like, listen, don't feel sorry for me. Her words were, don't feel sorry for me. I got a promotion here at this job. I'm still living in my car and it's been 3 years. But listen, she was so grateful. And it took me forever to get that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that lesson to almost towards the end. And I realized, like, listen, you got to be grateful for it all.
Mm-hmm.
The ups and the downs, the shit that you understand and the shit that you don't understand. Because it all has purpose. It is all designed to grow you. All of it. And growth is painful. But you got to grow anyway. You got to grow through the pain.
Growth is painful.
Growth is painful, bitch. And so once I learned that, that's when shit started to shift and started to move. I didn't panic. I didn't get upset. And a lot of times when you're going through things, you're like, well, why is this happening to me? Why not? Who are you? Why not? The universe, God, however you call it, the universe, God understands what you need, what each of us needs to get whatever lesson we need to get. And for some of us, that lesson comes through our finances. For me, it came through finances. Mm-hmm. God knew to get my attention through money. He had to set me back. But then for some people, it's through a divorce. You got to be humbled through your divorce, through a heartbreak. For some, you got to be humbled through cancer, a disease, a health issue, losing a child, a miscarriage. You understand what I'm saying? Like the universe, God knows
different ways.
God knows, and the universe knows what you need to pull you closer to Him. And so, whoever that was, thank you, who just sent this cash out. Valerie. Valerie. Yes, Valerie Brown. Oh, Amber is gifting a book. Amber is gifting a book. So this is how I'm going to do it. The very first person to go to my website, craigthewriterstewart.com, send me an email and say, I would love a free book. The first person that I get, I will, the first email that I get, I will gift you the book from Amber. All right? But yeah, so I mean, I'm very passionate about that. And that's the thing that I try to share as often as I can. Because I believe that I didn't just go through those twists and turns and ups and downs just for me. I went through that stuff to be able to teach it. Now, this was before I was ever live streaming, and there was no live stream. It didn't even exist. It didn't even exist when I was going through this stuff. Baby. But the universe knew that one day I'd be standing right here telling this stuff. And so part of the reason that I went through that stuff, and even for you, even if you never live stream, the things that you go through in your individual life, those lessons aren't just for you. Those lessons are for whomever you deem privy to share them with. So whether it's a financial thing, whether it's a divorce thing, a relationship, love thing, whether it's a cancer thing or disease thing, whatever it is, whomever you choose to share it with, those lessons are also for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're also for them. They're not just for you. Thank you, Medium Mike. Thank you, Medium Mike.
Not Medium Mike.
Don't
work good.
Yes, indeed. He changed his name. Don't worry, it's me. You can gift the book either through Cash App or through Zelle, and then I'll just gift it to whomever comes second, because I'm sure more than one person will send me an email. So then I'll just give it to the very next person. JB, you can email me through my website, craigthewriterstewart.com, and just let me know that you want to set up a one-on-one. The one-on-one, the life coaching, it's $1 a minute, and you get to decide how long you want to do it for. Typically, people do an hour, so it's $60 for an hour, or you can do 30 minutes, but typically people do 60 minutes, but it's up to you. But just email me through my website, craigthewriterstewart.com. Hey, Yvette Thomas, thank you very much for the Cash App. Yeah, Connie, whatever you feel comfortable sharing of your story. But again, you get to determine who you're going to share it with. Mm-hmm. You don't have to share it all over social media, but like the people in your life, in your orbit, in your circle, whomever you share it with, it's designed to bless them too, or to afford them the lesson as well. It's not just for you. You know, somebody asked me, Greg, I was talking to Greg the other day, and he said, when did all this stuff happen with you for social media? And I said to him, I said, I was going live. I was substitute teaching at the time. And I said, I was going live, and I remember my car had gotten impounded. My car, let it out, Lil Dean 78, let him out. The tears are about cleansing and restoring. That's what that's about. And so Greg said, well, when did all of this stuff start happening with social media? But my car had gotten impounded. And I know a lot of you are new, and you may not know this, but my car had gotten impounded because at the time I don't know if I had one. I think I had like 2 books at the time. I may have published 2 books at the time, but I had to make very tough financial decisions every single day. So it was to pay rent. It was to pay my car insurance. It was to pay utilities. I was paying for a book tour, meaning I had to buy flights to go to different cities or rent cars to go to different cities. And I was faced with very tough financial decisions every single day. And I wasn't working a job at the time. And so I was driving for Lyft and Uber and stuff like that. But I had to figure out if I was going to pay rent or buy books. Yes, look, Tiffany Smith Bell is one of my originals. She's one of my originals. Her, Alicia Wells, is quite Christy Burt Williams. And my car was impounded because I didn't pay the car insurance. Mm-hmm. I didn't have the money to pay my car insurance because I had spent money to print books because I had a book signing coming up. And so I didn't pay the car insurance. The car insurance lapsed. Thank you. Don't worry. I'll whoever would like to get a book, just email me and I'll gift it to the next person in line. But so my car had been impounded because I didn't pay the car insurance. I was driving to the gym, and the cops, just happened to be sitting on the side of the road. And baby, they read every they scanned my tags. They read every guy. And they pulled me over and was like, "Excuse me, sir, you don't have car insurance." And I said, yeah. So they said, okay, we're gonna give you a minute to get out of the car and take everything out that you want out of the car, and we're gonna take it to the impound. And so please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And so thank you, Nate T, for reminding everybody to hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. And so they told me to get out of the car. And I took everything, my belongings out, and my friend at the time, we were driving to the gym. And so I just jumped in the car with him. He was following me. I was following him. And so I jumped in his car, but they impounded my car. And so my car was impounded for like 5 days. And I didn't have the money to get it out. And if you know anything about cars being impounded, you know that when the car is impounded, they charge you daily.
By day.
They charge you storage every day. It's like $100-some a day. So not only did I have to pay for the car being impounded, like towed to the lot, I had to pay the daily storage fee.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay for the to reinstate the car insurance. I had to pay the back pay and the forward.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to pay the ticket because I got a ticket. They gave me a ticket. When I tell you, my friend Terrence, those of you who have been watching me from the beginning, you know Terrence, DT. He lives in California now. He said to me one day, because he would come pick me up. We would go grab something to eat, or I would go hang out at his house. He would come pick me up. And he said, "You're okay about your car?" Like, yeah, I think my license was suspended, so I had to pay that too. It was a bunch of fees, right? It was almost $1,000. And I didn't have any of it. If I had it, I would have paid the car insurance, right? And so one day he came and picked me up and he said, "You're handling it." But this is at the point where I shared it with you just a moment ago. I had gotten to the point where I started to learn how to process things differently. And I started to understand that I needed to go through things with grace.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said to me, "Addison, the books are $25. You can send it to my Cash App or through the Zelle, and then I'll gift it out for you. But thank you very much." And so he said, "You need to share this on your live." He said, "Because you're handling this so well. Like your car is in the impound, and you don't even know how you're going to get your car out, and you don't even seem concerned." And I said, "Because Terrence, there's nothing I can do. Once you've done everything that you know how to do in your power, you have to surrender it. You have to let it go because there's nothing else you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you stressing yourself out?" So he said, "You're handling it so well." He said, "I think you should share this." And this is the first time that I ever told something personal on the live. He said, "I think you need to share this on your live." He said, "Because somebody on your live," is that him? Mm-hmm. He said, "Somebody on your live is probably going through something, and they could probably draw inspiration from your story."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." And I jumped on the live and I told the story. And I literally was just explaining the story and what happened. And I said, "Listen, you may be going through something right now and you don't know." I said, "It's okay." I went to sleep that night because at the time I would go live at 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. without fail. And without fail. And so the next morning when I woke up, the very next morning when I woke up, there was enough money in my Cash App to restore my car insurance, to pay to get the car out of the impound, to pay the ticket, to do everything I needed and to pay the car payment, to do everything I needed to do. And my people have supported me ever since then, not just through Cash App, but through supporting the books, through the merchandise that I sell, whatever. They just supported everything that I did from that point on, and I've never looked back. And the truth is, that was the first time that I cried.
You better come in.
That was the first time I cried on the live. And Shakika, who still watches the live, she's in North Carolina, a single mother, she set up a group message with the pen pals who were on the live from the beginning. She was the people who would be in the lives all of the time, commenting. She sent them a group message and said, "Listen, we need to help him get his car back." And that's how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it happened. And I've been forever grateful ever since then. And like Shakika, she still watches the videos, and I've met her in person and all of that stuff. But yeah, so that's how it started. But yeah, so to that point, but Keon's man is here. So we're about to get off of here.
And I want to say thank you to Yvette Thomas for sending me a cash app. Thank you so much.
Right. But listen, you guys have an amazing night. You have an amazing night. I hope I said something that reaches your heart, your spirit, your soul, and it lifts you just a little bit. Amen. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue, and say your prayers. Even if you don't get down, I believe you should get down on your knees and say your prayers. But even if you don't get down on your knees and say your prayers, take a moment and just be grateful. All right? Bye.